What is up, guys? It is the Bluebloods here, man, and something must be going on in Montgomery, Alabama, as Alabama State has been on an absolute tear through the recruiting trail recently. Last night, landing former four-star QB from Auburn, D. Davis, and now today another announcement coming down the pipeline in Jayion McCluster from Florida State, former consensus three-star linebacker out of Largo, Florida. And I have to give that entire coaching staff some credit. Being put together later, I guess, in the off season, catching probably the most criticism of any coaching staff outside of maybe PV in terms of media and fans, they have done an absolutely excellent job of putting this team together and gearing up for a major run in the 2022 season coming up. But McCluster, man, is just another piece in an already loaded defense that we're going to kind of break down here. And when you look at him, I mentioned he's a consensus three-star, was a top 500 player in the class of 2020, was a top 25 linebacker in that class and a top 70 player in the state of Florida. And he played both ways at Largo High School, playing both running back and inside linebacker. And his stature as a prospect even grew bigger when he was selected as a 2020 Under Armour All-American, played in the Under Armour All-American game, and was a selection to go down to, I believe it was Mexico. I believe they played that game somewhere in Mexico, the Pro Football Hall of Fame World Bowl selection. He went down there and put on a big show. And if the last name sounds familiar, the McCluster name, especially me being an SEC guy, really rings bells. He is cousins with Dexter McCluster, former Ole Miss athlete, man, 7-year career in the NFL, including time with the Chiefs, Chargers, and the Titans. But when you look at McCluster's high school career, man, he put up huge numbers. His senior year stats are ridiculous. 159 tackles in one season. I want y'all to hear me. 159 total tackles, 6.5 for loss, had 6 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, and also had a sack and a half. And when you look at his career as a whole, over 3 years at Largo, he had over 340 total tackles and 16 pass breakups. This guy can fly around the football. It's like the football's a magnet, and wherever it goes, McCluster is going to be. And as a running back his junior year before he moved full time to linebacker, rushed for almost 400 yards as a junior. He chose Florida State over Auburn. I believe Auburn was his other team in his final two. He was a very, very highly recruited kid out of Florida. And when you look at McCluster, what happened at Florida State, you had the coaching change, of course. You had a lot of instability down there at Florida State. He was on the practice squad and never really found his role before entering the transfer portal, but he brings a lot of potential, has an extremely high ceiling that is really just untapped right now at this point due to what happened at Florida State. But what is he going to bring to Alabama State? I know that's everyone's big question. Well, first, when you look at that defense, man, it is going to be absolutely loaded at both the linebackers and DB spots. They have some people to replace on that front four, but the linebacker DB spot has a lot of experience. You look at Irshad Davis at DB, Colton Adams coming back at linebacker. You still have Natron at DB, Jaquan Foote at linebacker, and Jake Howard at linebacker. All guys who have played significant roles for Alabama State over the past 2 seasons. And when you look at McCluster, what's he going to bring? Ball hawk is the word, and not a ball hawk in terms of just coverage, but a ball hawk that is just going to be around the ball and has a nose for the football, which are two qualities or a quality that you really want to have, especially in an inside linebacker, that you just want him to go make the plays. And that is what McCluster is going to do for you. You don't have over 300 something tackles in high school over 3 years if you can't get to the football. He's going to be all over the field for the Hornets. And when you look at how this team was set up last year, really Irshad Davis at safety played that role. He dominated on the defensive side of the ball. I believe he had 20 plus more tackles than anybody else on the team. He was by far the guy that they trusted to play that field general spot and just go get the football. I think McCluster can take a little bit off his load and they could become a deadly duo getting to the football for Alabama State, and actually might open up a chance for Irshad Davis to take a bigger step in coverage for the Hornets defense. another huge quality as well, this is very, very important in today's age of college football being so spread out, is McCluster's ability to play in coverage and make plays on the football and not just be lost in space. He can play in space, he can make those plays and take away options out of the backfield, such as running backs. Also has the ability to cover tight ends as well and take away those underneath routes. And so I think that for McCluster is going to be a big addition to this new Sewell defense for Alabama State. And Anton Sewell, the new defensive coordinator for Alabama State, he really looks like he has the pieces to have one of the top defenses in the SWAC. And history suggests that this Hornets defense is going to be something to reckon with. When you look at Sewell's Bowie State defenses from last season, they finished top 10 in 8 different statistical categories for defense, had 4 first team All Americans, and had the defensive player of the year in Dimitri Morsell come out of Bowie State. And so Sewell knows how to develop talent, he knows how to recruit, and he knows how to put his players in positions to succeed. And I think McCluster is going to fit very well in that linebacking core and very, very well on this defense, where that Alabama State defense in your mind you should be thinking about fast physical football. And that is what they're really getting in McCluster as he comes in on an already loaded defense for Alabama State. And step by step, piece by piece, Alabama State is looking more and more like a dark horse to be reckoned with in the SWAC. And I am extremely excited to see what this team looks like. I'm actually putting some plans together to be up there for the spring game on Saturday. And so I'm excited to see what Alabama State has coming down the pipeline, man. But a really, really strong few days here for Alabama State on the recruiting trail. But guys, comment below on what you think about McCluster coming to Alabama State. What do you think about Alabama State's momentum? Is it making you reevaluate where you're putting them in the SWAC rankings right now? What tier do you have them at? And what do you think their ceiling is now that they even got another very, very strong defensive piece on the other side of the football to go along with D Davis that they got at QB last night? But guys, let me know in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and also share this video wherever you may feel like. And also, man, shout out to my guys, Trophy Chasers. Go get the merch, man. They sent me a huge merch pack. Got the hat on, got the shirt on. Definitely a shout out to Trophy Chasers. I'm gonna put their link in the bio of the video. But guys, for right now on the Blue Bloods, we are out.